your videos, there's 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and when you click on that, it says rename. If you would like to change your names so that we know who everybody is. And then we'll get started in a few minutes.
Even though she's stalking.
Thank you all for joining us. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. Stacy's going to kick us off. And once we start the presentation, I'll actually mute everybody so that we don't have any background noise and we can hear everybody. We have a few more people joining us.
No.
It looks like he's gonna die.
He does. He doesn't look very good.
So Stacy, would you like to start us off?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm happy to. So thank you so much for joining us in this first ever virtual opportunity to really congratulate and recognize the women who've been nominated for the 2020 Tribute to Exceptional Women. It's been such an eventful year since the nominations were in. I know that everybody has been experiencing being quarantined as we manage through the coronavirus, but then also as we manage through the racial unrest and tensions in this country when we were all witness to the murder of George Floyd. So I think when I say the mission of the YWCA, it's more important than ever for our mission to be put into action. Our mission is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. And I think when we always talk about the Tribute to Exceptional Women, that empowering women piece always comes to the front of mind. We're always thinking about how the women in every single one of them, how they are all really moving the mission of the YW forward, but also making progress in their communities that connect to different pieces of that mission. And so we recognize you, we thank you for your work, for your service, for your commitment, and we look forward to more work and opportunities to collaborate going forward. So we can't wait to see you in person in October, and I thank Diane and the rest of her team for putting this wonderful virtual opportunity together. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to thank our sponsors. So thank you to our sponsors. We have our justice sponsor, Exelon, who they always step up and really support the Tribute to Exceptional Women and support us in other ways throughout the year. But the Tribute to Exceptional Women is the one way that Exelon has really been consistent in showing their support for the YWCA. Our freedom sponsors are U Financial Group and Pottstown Hospital / Tower Health. They are also consistent sponsors in helping us to empower women through our Tribute to Exceptional Women. And our dignity sponsors include Fast Signs, Herbine, Tompkins Vist, American Crane, JBS, Wrigley's, Victory Bay, Valley Forge Casino Resort, which is where our in-person event will be held in October, and the IBP of OEW. So thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you to our sponsors for helping to make it possible.
So I want to first say good afternoon and thank you all for joining us today. We are very, very excited to be celebrating all 36 nominees, and we are not going to be announcing the winners today. That we are going to hold off until October for that. But to start off, I want to first introduce Adrienne Kavanaugh. Being on the board of the Foster Hope, Adrienne focuses on making sure children going through the foster care system are taken care of and shown love. She provides them with the hope that current situation will get better and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Next is Anicia Jordan. Along with winning the CEO Light and Warmth Award and the Latina Community Impact Award, Anicia is the CEO of the Girls Empowerment Movement and involved with several other nonprofits. Working at the DoubleTree in Reading, she opened up a care closet, which led to every DoubleTree having one in their location. As a foster grandparent and a co-founder of Fostering Hope, Alyssa focuses on making sure the children know they are worthy and loved. She is passionate about the fostering community and hopes to bring dignity and value to the kids in the foster care. Next is Anne. She is an arts professor at the Pennsylvania State University and a key leader in the Lower East Side Girls Club. She always encourages her students to believe in themselves and never stop dreaming. Next is Bernice. With her can-do attitude, she is one that always is giving back to her hometown of Reading, which she has done so with so much pride. She's been serving with the Olivettes Boys and Girls Club for over 70 years, coordinating their annual candy fundraiser and helping them become financially secure. Next is Carla. Carla is created In His Eyes Outreach to work with incarcerated females and started a mentorship program inside the county jail. Her full-time job is the program director at a safe house for human trafficking and helping women understand how trauma affects them daily, making sure that women know their worth. Next, we have the community benefits coordinator at Pottstown Hospital Tower Health. Casey is constantly making efforts to provide resources and opportunities for the community. She's working with the Pottstown Farm to sponsor and support the SNAP program. She is currently working on providing fresh produce in the surrounding school districts for families that do not have access. Next is Colleen. She's at Cabrini University for the past 18 years. She's an enthusiastic to teach students about domestic violence and their traumatic situations. She's trained over 3,000 participants nationally and internationally about adverse childhood experiences and trauma. Next is Dr. Darlene Adams. Dr. Adams is the CEO of Keeping Children First, a center focused on teaching kids to end bullying, promoting discussion, and improving education on the subject. She has worked with more than 2,000 kids in the past 8 years and hopes to keep teaching them. Next is Denise Ash. Denise has served as Montgomery County OIC for over 20 years. She is a proud sister of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority and holds a Toys for Tots drive where over 400 community members show up. Our next exceptional woman is Edna Garcia Dipina. With a lifelong passion for the arts, Edna was destined to be the founder of RISE. RISE is a youth arts nonprofit organization that fosters the arts and promotes healthy lifestyles. Next is Dr. English Willis. Her distinguished career as a practicing pediatrician and academic began at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia in 1983. Over the years, she has served as a clinician, teacher, and administrator within the pediatric departments of many of the major Philadelphia area hospitals. Dr. English Willis is currently the executive director in the clinical safety and risk management within Merck Research Laboratories. Up next is Erica Ward. Erica founded Divine Concepts Group in 2008. Through ministry and her organization, she encourages health, wellness, and wholeness. Their goal is to foster and encourage racial and denominational diversity, unity, and fellowship within their programs. Professionally, she has worked as a registered nurse for a number of years. Next is Erin. She's working at the DoubleTree in Reading. She is honored to have been given a surplus of opportunities to give back to her community, including preparing Meals on Wheels. She's extremely passionate about what she does and is always ready to lend a helping hand. Next is Ginger. She's a 6th grade teacher at Pottstown School District for over 25 years. She wants to bring the environment to the students who may never experience nature. She takes 40 to 50 students on a camping trip that provides them with real world field experience. Next is Glenda Crooks. In 2018, she published her newest novel, The Network Sage. She's collected survey data in high school to show the different levels of racial bias in high school, and she advocates for medication for HIV and AIDS. And she was even on multiple national organizations to improve healthcare access and quality for everyone. Next is Jay Hivley. Jay is a professor at Montgomery County Community College. She pushes her students to follow their dreams and ignore the stereotypical gender norms. She also was a YW Tri-County Area Adult Education and Training Director for about 10 years. She manages over 100 volunteers and instructors through 7 grant-funded programs. And Sarah's going to continue with the rest of our nominees. Thank you all for your exceptional work in our community.
All right, so up next, for over 6 years, Jessica Rice Carson has been working as a community educator with Victim Services Center of Montgomery County. She teaches sexual violence prevention programming in local schools and community groups within the county, while coordinating mandated reporter training for adults who want to play an active role in preventing the abuse of children. Up next is Julia Lopez. Julia works in the IT department at Montgomery County Community College West Campus, which led her to a 4-year volunteer position at the Rolling Hills Community Center. Julia taught computer skills to those who were disabled, single moms, and those who needed computer help for job retention. Next up is Karen Norheim. As the 2nd generation of leadership in her family's company, Karen is proud to be the president and COO of American Crane and Equipment Corporation and is passionate to make the company culture her own. She was heavily involved in the creation of the Eastern Pennsylvania chapter of Women in Manufacturing. Our next exceptional woman is Keisha Hudson. Ms. Hudson has spent the past 17.5 years as a public defender. Until recently, she was Deputy Chief Defender for the Montgomery County Defender, where she and former Chief Dean Beer built an indigent defense system that became a nationwide model of holistic and client-centered representation. Up next is Kim Fry Welch. As a real estate agent at RE/MAX, Kim looks to find the perfect location for a new business or nonprofit and works tirelessly until everything is all sorted out. 4 years ago, she started the organization Family Community Business Network, helping members understand that if we take care of our families, communities, and businesses, success will follow. Our next exceptional woman is Kylie McGrain. Kylie founded A Moment of Magic, a nonprofit that enables college students to provide creative programming to children with medical vulnerabilities. A Moment of Magic has helped more than 1,000 college students and reached more than 45,000 children alone. In 2012, Unending Promise was founded by Lucy Schaefer, our next exceptional woman nominee. This organization provides individuals living with autism opportunities to learn meaningful skills in a safe environment. Lucy currently serves as a full-time faculty member at Alvernia University. Up next is Lynn Williams. Lynn took over the Philadelphia Area Great Careers Group in 2012 with only 1,700 members, and now there are almost 4,500 members. Her reach stretches from the several counties surrounding Philadelphia all the way to New Jersey and Delaware. Lynn also serves as a member of SCORE in Chester, Delaware, and Montgomery counties. Up next is Margarita Contreras. Margarita brings 25 years of experience as Aclamo's Social Services Director and provides vital one-on-one information and referral services to low-income at-risk clients. Last year, she assisted 745 individuals and their families. Up next is Marlene Armato. When Marlene first moved to the Pottstown area, she got a job at a local school district and stayed there for next to 30 years. As a member of Pottstown NAACP as well, she learned of racial inequalities plaguing the school systems and led a mass movement in partnership with Power Organization. Our next exceptional woman is Mary Ann Glocker. Mary Ann worked for many years as a nurse practitioner in the Pottstown and Southern Berks County area, serving families and promoting good health and access to good health for all. Mary Ann has also been on the board of the Pottstown Cluster of Religious Communities for 7 years. Up next is Mindy Maslin. As a member of the Philadelphia Horticultural Society, Mindy has been a crucial part of the Tree Tenders programs. The program plants nearly 2,000 trees each year in the greater Philadelphia region. Over the last 2 years, Mindy has worked to translate tree tenders into Spanish and conduct outreach in Spanish-speaking neighborhoods in North Philadelphia. As Executive Director and CEO of Aclamo Family Centers, Nelly Jimenez Arevalo is dedicated to her work and sparks conversation about the issues affecting the Latinx community. Prior to joining Aclamo, she was the Kennett Square Family Center Director and the Community Relations Director for Maternal and Child Health Consultorium. Up next is Patience Turkowski. Patience has been at the Pottstown Hospital in the Cancer Center since 2018. She has extensive experience in education as she previously served in the Navy and held various positions as an RN. Next up is Peggy Lee Clark. Peggy is the main point of contact and connector for those who have interest in investing in Pottstown through Pottstown Area Industrial Development. Peggy manages the I Pick Pottstown campaign and brings in local business owners together to connect and work together. Up next is Rhonda Willingham. Rhonda founded Men's Fit to provide professional interview clothing, career development, and financially literacy services to men. Prior to starting the Men's Fit, she served as a political appointee in the Clinton Gore administration at the Department of Labor, where she was responsible for community outreach and public affairs. Next up is Robin Yerger. Robin is the EMS supervisor and liaison at Pottstown Hospital. She runs numerous trainings for the Pottstown Hospital staff and for surrounding hospitals, plus first aid and CPR training for local law enforcement. In her free time, she works at Goodwill Ambulance as a paramedic EMT. Our next exceptional woman is Sherry Dobbins-Beck. Sherry has been the speech language services provider at Gilbertsville Elementary School since 2012. She works with students to create unique and personal learning techniques, and as they are developing, she is honest with the families and the students. Last but not least is Tamara Allen. Tamara created Helping Hands in 2010 in hopes of gathering people who want to give back to her community one step at a time. Tamara embodies what it means to give back to her community in the inner city of Reading. She provides warm meals and a warm heart that understands the struggles of homelessness. I want to thank everyone for attending today, and I want to take a quick moment to everyone have a clap for our exceptional nominees, all 36 of them.
So next up, we are going to have our keynote speaker. Anicia Jordan is going to be addressing us. Oh, let me get her title, I'm sorry. why we are not silent anymore. So I want to, we're going to switch over. Bear with me as I get up the speaker view. All right. So Anicia, are you there? There you are. As soon as you talk, you should be at the main screen.
Okay. So why we are not silent anymore? Walk with me through this journey. And let me give you my experience of why we are not silent anymore. I remember finding out that I was expecting. And I remember praying to God for a beautiful brown baby. To me, that was the most beautiful thing in the world, was to have this beautiful brown little boy. And through this journey, I had this brown little boy. And as time went on, I started to feel sad that I wanted this brown little boy. Let me tell you why. I remember my son going to 3rd grade and him being so super excited about trying out for this basketball team. And he's like, Mom, today's the day. He woke up and he's so excited. And he finally gets to the opportunity of walking into this gym and trying out for the basketball team. When he gets home, I wait for him by the door, just waiting to hear how everything went. And he's sad. And I asked him, what's wrong? What happened? He says, Mom, when I walked into the gym, the first thing that was said to me is, oh, great, now we have another nigger on the team. When I tell you, the thought of me praying for this brown little boy shattered, it felt like I was stabbed in the heart. Because I prayed for this so hard, and I wanted this so deeply, but for him to experience something so terrible after being so excited to be a part of something was devastating to me. Now I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I want you to think about my situation of living every day. I have not one, not two, but 3 children of color. And our conversation goes every day before they leave the house. What do you do when a police officer stops you? They say, Mom, we put our hands up where they can see them. I say to them, what do you respond to them when they ask you a question? Mom, we are to be polite and we are to give them the answers that they need. What do you do when they ask you to get out of the vehicle? Mom, we tell them we will get out of the vehicle, here's our hands where you can see them. These are the conversations that I have with my children every time they leave the house. Why? Why should I have to have these conversations with them? And they're asking, Mom, why are you so afraid? Because they don't fully understand what's going on. And I tell them, because I want you to come home to me. I want you to have another day to live. I want you to have an opportunity to grow up to be strong, beautiful people in our community. I shouldn't have to worry about them being killed. I shouldn't have to fear every time they leave the house that something is going to happen. We have enough things to worry about besides the color of our skin. Why do I have to have this conversation with my children every time they leave the house? Now open your eyes. Tell me how you feel. How would you feel if you had to have this conversation? How would you feel if every time your child, your brother, your husband, your father left the house, your concern was, will they come back? That's not a way to live. Now, I have so many varieties of friends, pink, white, purple, blue, that are so engaged of what's going on today. and they want to know how they can make a difference. And this is what I explain to them. Knowledge. Knowledge is power. Know where this all stems from. Know the backstory of what our people have endured for centuries on centuries. Know the hurt, the pain of broken families. Know the hurt and pains of not being able to find employment because of how you look. Know the hurt and pain of being in a room of people that don't look like you, that make you feel less than. I tell them, now is your time. Now is your time to stand by us. Stand by me when I'm walking, when I'm marching. Stand by me when something is happening. Don't record me while I'm getting a knee to my neck. Don't stand there and yell for help. Be the help. Be a part of this change. I ask you with all due respect to research our history. Again, knowledge is everything. Know that these struggles are real. Know that this is not something we are making up. This is something that we endure every single day, and it continues, and it shouldn't. I ask you this. I ask you, how would you feel if because of the way that you looked, you were turned down for work, you were turned down for a mortgage, you were turned down for service? People have gotten on elevators with me and grabbed their purses. People have had conversations with me just to find out what do I do for a living and how I can help them, but never actually see me. I actually see me, see my pain, see my struggle, see my success. Know that there is only one race, the human race. And when we unify together, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. What an inspirational speech. We appreciate your honesty and the ability to help us move forward the YW's mission, as well as really celebrating and allowing all the women on this call to understand how they are also supporting and empowering women and empowering all of us to be better in our community. So if you can see in the chat box, we're getting some thank yous out. So next, we just have a few closing remarks for today. I want to once again congratulate everybody for joining us. And we will be having our in-person event scheduled in October. Right now, we have a large ballroom reserved in October, so I'm hoping that we can have everybody together. And in person, we have a lot of fabulous auction items for the day and all kinds of a fun event. So please keep your tickets, and I'm hoping that we will have additional tickets available for sale for the October event. Just to let you know, the YWCA does have a few upcoming events this summer. Sarah, if you could switch over to the slide. Let's see. Oh. So if you would like to learn more, we have Racism, Trauma, and What's Next. It's a virtual 6-part summer series. Our advocacy manager, Ashley Faison, is going to be providing additional information, or will be able to answer any additional questions, but you can find all the information available on our website. Our first session is this week. Thank you. on June 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you have any questions, you can either email or shoot a message to Sarah Stump, myself, or Ashley Faison, and we will help you get registered for that event. And Sarah did put the link into the chat box. And then the other event that we do have going on in November is we're going to be having our Amazing Raise. So that will be our month-long fundraising event to really help support our mission impact work of eliminating racism and empowering women. So at this point, I'd like to open up the floor if we have any questions or concerns, or let me see if I can get this. Thank you, Adrian. So if anybody would like to share any announcements or have any commentary, the floor is open. Just please unmute yourself, and we'll try to be respectful of each other's time. Does anybody have anything?
Hi, I just want to say that I thought that it was a very good overview of so many tremendously strong, powerful, inspiring women. And I'm glad to be here, and congratulations to everyone, and great job, YW.
All right. So Stacy, do you want to close us up?
Absolutely. So I want to thank Almisa for that inspirational speech. I think that it was exactly the right tone and the things that we all need to be talking about right now if we're really going to move the needle, if we're going to be part of the movement and not just part of the moment. And so I really appreciated what you said and sharing your personal story and the impact of wishing brownness on a child that now results in his brownness being a target against his life. So thank you for sharing that. I also just want to say that the YW, that part of our mission, eliminating racism, is so critical for the work that we're doing. And I'm thrilled that we have this summer series that we're offering. So I hope many of you will join us. It's this Wednesday. I feel like since the quarantine, the days are long, but the weeks fly by like they're on roller skates. And so it is this Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we have Cherie McDonald and Ashley Faison are on the call if you really have any questions or how to sign up. So I hope that you'll join us. I think that the entire series is geared to really be enlightening and to help everybody have a more understanding about how we can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Lastly, I want to also, not lastly, I want to thank our board members. I see Sarah Wine, our board chair. I see Tara Smith, our board vice chair. I see Tamika Henry. I see Chelsea Campson, and I see Marta Pacharo are all on the call. Thank you for joining us, YW board members. I appreciate your support, and I think that we have a fantastic slate of nominees, and I'm really excited for October to see who the winners are. I can't imagine that we would be selecting winners from this really phenomenal group of women. And so I look forward to really spending more time and getting to know this group over these next months, that you would join us in some of our summer series. And there'll be other, I think, virtual events that will be coming up. And so I hope that you can deepen your connection with the YW. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to any one of us. I appreciate your service in your communities and in ours. And I look forward to connecting with you in October.
Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank you
day.
So much. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.